Hi, Karen Curry here, author of the #1 best-selling book, Understanding Human Design, here with your weekly Human Design Evolution Transit Report. I want to take just a couple of minutes this week and talk a little bit about the real energies surrounding these transit reports and what they really mean. Of course, we have energy shifts that occur on a weekly basis, and these energy shifts are crucial for us to pay attention to and influence our day-to-day activities. But also in the context of the shifts and the changes of the planets, we look at longer-term energies and longer-term themes, and really the weekly themes that we talk about each week kind of plug into the bigger overarching aspects of what's going on the planet. We are in a cycle right now, a really still beginning the cycle of newness. If you want to come up with a mantra or a theme for what we're going through right now on a collective level, it's all about new. Everything is new. We are looking at value systems, we're looking at the economy, we're looking at the way in which we relate, we're looking at the way in which we grow and sustain ourselves, we're looking at the way in which we define ourselves and our relationships, even the way we define our gender and our gender connections. Everything is changing and becoming new. And as we go through these new cycles, we have the weekly transits that kind of plug into this other bigger theme of creating something big and huge and brand new. We're really on the cusp of moving into a new world, and it's a new world that has its foundation in the concept of sustainability. We're moving into an era potentially of sustainable peace and sustainable agriculture and sustainable relationships and sustainable communities. That's really kind of where we're headed. But to get there, of course, we have to lay the foundation and do the groundwork, which is kind of what we do on a weekly level and certainly collectively on a bigger scale as well. The biggest thing that's happening right now when we look at what's going on with us is we're beginning to shift our value system. And that's an energy and a theme that's been going on for a while and will continue to go on for a while. When we shift our value system, one of the first steps in that process is doing a giant retrospective, meaning we are looking back at what's working, what's not working. And if it feels like there's been a lot of retrospective energy going on lately, that is absolutely true. And certainly, in this cycle of Mercury being retrograde now, we are again this week in another deep retrospective sort of cycle. And the purpose of that energy is not for you to mull over the past or brew and stew in lack of forgiveness or think about how you've been victimized. It's not about that at all. We're in the process of really beginning to liberate ourselves and redefine ourselves in a brand new way in every aspect of our lives. And as we do that, the first thing we have to do is shed the past and understand the past. It's not like you can just close your eyes and go, da-da-da, I'm going forward. Well, you probably could, but it's good to get some understanding of it too so that we can really get clear about the patterns and certainly also not throw the baby out with the bathwater. Truth is, everything that's happened to you, traumatic as some of it may have been, beautiful as some of it may have been, everything that's happened has been a crucial foundation, a key block, part of your foundation that's about, that you need to take with you, or that has been the bottom point, the growing point of where you are now. So without everything that's happened before, you wouldn't be where you are today. And certainly if you don't like where you are today, the energies that we have right now are giving us an opportunity to reframe that, to rethink it, to let go of it, to redo the pattern so that we ultimately get a much different, a newer outcome that's much more in alignment with what we want. Now, the beautiful part about human design, and really, it's not just human design, it's life, is that life gives us lots of opportunities to move in a direction that's in alignment with the beauty and the magnificence of who we are, and ultimately, the risk of sounding super woo-woo, the infinite abundance of the universe. Our natural state, in our pure expression of ourselves as we are, without all the collective conditioning, without the belief systems, without the trauma, without the scarring, without all that stuff, our true state is this state of infinite abundance and ultimately deep alignment with that infinite abundance. But to get there, a lot of times we have to shed all this old stuff. So we're kind of in this process right now of shedding and letting go and doing the big retrospective. And it's been going on for a while. It's been really going on since last fall. It's going to continue for a little bit more. But we are moving, just so that you know, towards a time when we will have some revolutionary answers. We're getting ready to move towards a pretty active time this year of really starting afresh, really starting to take those primary, baby steps towards creating something different, something new, something rooted in new values. So, as we work with the energies of this week in particular, and as we keep working with Mercury retrograde, we really want to keep working towards letting go of the past, releasing the past. Stop looking over your shoulder and waiting for the other shoe to drop. It's probably not going to drop unless you focus on it. So you really want to look at what's worked, what's not working, what patterns have gotten you to where they are, how can you release those. Definitely, especially during this next cycle, this introspective cycle that we're going to be in for the next couple of weeks, really look at what forgiveness work do you need to do? What blaming do you need to shift into self-empowerment? Anytime you blame somebody, you're giving your power away. So where do you need to look at your own power and reclaiming your own power? What do you need to let go of so that you can totally, take the reins of your destiny and align with the beauty of it? We're at a real crossroads. You can keep going on the path that you're going and keep sort of creating in that alignment, or you can really make a commitment to let go of everything that's not working and move forward in a way that's much more aligned with the truth of who you are. And let me tell you, the truth of who you are is quite beautiful. You might have forgotten sometimes along that way, but you are absolutely beautiful, absolutely magnificent. And the more you align with that, and the more your destiny takes you in that direction, the juicier and more joyful your life is going to get. I can promise you that. So, this week's transits, we start the week with the gate 13 in the sun. So the gate 13 is all about this retrospective stuff. So we are looking back, we are evaluating the past, with Mercury retrograde on top of all this, bringing us the 55, the energy of the gate 55. We're questioning our support. We're looking at, how safe is it to be completely authentic in our expression? How much do we trust source? How much are, how large are we willing to take our leaps of faith? We're also, most importantly, really looking at the energy of relationships. The energy of relationships has been a theme for the last couple of weeks, and again, it's going to continue to be a theme this month. And of course, that goes nice hand in hand with Valentine's Day, right? So we're looking at our relationships. We're looking at, what has happened in the past, what secrets in your relationships need to be revealed. Don't be surprised, especially with Uranus doing its big unexpected shifting that it's been doing. And I talked about that last week. Expect the unexpected. Don't be surprised if old lovers or people from your past begin to show up, or you discover something new from the past that maybe is a surprise or a secret that's being revealed that will help you reframe your perspective. Most importantly, this energy of the 13 in the sun sometimes can get us stuck mulling in the past. Don't get stuck. Don't dwell in the past, but evaluate it, analyze it, and poof, move forward. I know it's not so easy as poof, but do your best. All right. So we are moving towards the 49 on Saturday. So as we move forward, we do move into the energy of revolution. So we're getting closer to being able to create revolutions in our lives and finding revolutionary answers to making the changes we want to make. We're grounded this week a little bit in leadership energy. So, it is up to you ultimately to take the leadership in your own life, to take the leadership in reconnecting with the past and redefining the past, for you to take the leadership in defining it and letting it go and maybe doing the work that you need to. Maybe there's somebody you need to call. Maybe there's a letter you need to write. But this is a good week to really initiate that and get that rolling. As I said, Mercury's in the gate 55, so we're doing a lot of work with abundance and not only thinking about our relationships with each other, but also our relationship with Source. Venus is in the 38 and Mars is in the 32, so there is this real energy, of knowing what's worth fighting for, waiting for the right timing to bring up the ideas. So again, sit until it feels right, but don't be paralyzed in the fear of it never feeling right. But sit until the energy feels right, and then go on and take actions. And most importantly, pick your battles wisely. This energy can sometimes be a little bit provocative, a little bit about pushing on people and pushing people's buttons. Don't push any buttons. Listen carefully. Really ask yourself, is this something I need to discuss? Is this really going to be crucial for taking my relationships to the next level? And if the answer is yes, then yeah, absolutely go for it. If not, sit on it. Do your own work inside. You might find sometimes when you shift your own work on the inside that in and of itself is enough to shift the energy of a relationship. Our usual outer planets are big players. Jupiter's in the 39. So again, we have provocation coming in, meeting the 55. So we have, again, those places where there's still potential this week for us to get poked and prodded and kind of jarred out of our comfort zone and restored back to the flow of abundance if we're conscious of it, if we're trusting source enough. We've got Saturn in the 43. So again, lots of energy for integrating, lots of energy for not listening to stuff that's not relevant to you. We have the Uranus in the 21. So again, that energy of the unexpected, wanting to control the unexpected. You gotta let go. And that's not a new theme. I mean, that's a theme that's going to be with us all year. So really, this is the year where you have to get on the roller coaster ride and put your hands up and don't worry about holding on so tight. Enjoy the ride, because it's going to be a ride, I promise. We've got Neptune in the 55. So again, as usual, we're dealing with the theme of faith. How much do we trust source? How much are we willing to take leaps of faith? We've got Pluto in the 38, so again, we're also looking at this what's worth fighting for. Where's the fire in your belly? So again, as you evaluate the past, find those things that really got your juices flowing, and really make sure that you're creating a space for that kind of fire and passion in your life. Our nodes shift this week. We go now to the gates 50 and the gate 3 in the nodes, which is just a deeper, more powerful way for us to look at our value systems. Everything, again, as I said, is all about new, and most importantly, new values. So start looking at old values that perhaps aren't serving anymore, old ideas, and this happens on a collective level, not just personally. So we may be on a collective level looking at ideas like you have to work hard to make money. Is that really true? We may be looking at ideas as marriage is the only way we can be together as couples. Is that true? A marriage should happen between same-sex couples or opposite-sex couples, whatever. We are evaluating all of these values. And as we're kind of sorting through these, we're really pulling out the ones that are worth fighting for. We're really pulling out the ones that we want to become the foundation of our new world. So lots of powerful shifts and changes happening. Most importantly this week, keep your head down, do your inner work, let go of the past, really work on forgiveness stuff. Don't be surprised if things come up that you're not expecting. Don't be surprised if there are unexpected secrets, unexpected revelations. Don't be surprised if somebody who you haven't seen in a long time knocks on your front door or shoots you an email. It's all normal. It's what we expect to see right now. And let go. See what unfolds. Trust that if you do your own inner work, it'll unfold perfectly and beautifully and in alignment with the infinite abundance that is you. You are beautiful. You are magnificent. You're building something new. Can't wait to see what you do. Have a wonderful week.